Evelina of Evergreen Art Dolls. So this video was inspired by my fellow doll collartist Rosie from Teeny Tinkers. If you guys like my content, make sure to go over and subscribe to her channel as well, because she does a lot of fun dolly content and craft videos. But yeah, so we were commenting on one of her videos and she mentioned the word collartist to describe us, because we do collect dolls and we're both artists as well. So yeah, she meshed those two words together and came up with collartist, and I just wanted to kind of make a video talking about those two aspects of myself as an artist as well as a collector. So I thought it'd be sort of an interesting little chit chat video. I'm over here all comfy in my little panda pajamas, and I have the panda bottoms and my Frenchy little robe in case I get kind of cold. And you guys, so I have a ton of notebooks that I need to use up and write in. Like when I was organizing my studio, I just saw so many like little notebooks and stuff everywhere, like just cutesy notebooks that I got as gifts, or just some that I picked up like at the Dollar Tree that were just, you know, super cute. And check this one out, you guys. So I wrote some notes in here so I stay on track. So yeah, but check it out, you guys. It is so super cute. It's my favorite color, pink, and it's so soft and fuzzy. But then it has a panda, which I thought was so cute and fitting, because yeah, I wear pajamas, like fun little cute pajamas like this, like day-to-day basis. So I thought that was so cool that this one had the same kind of like unicorn panda on it, and it's a squishy on a notebook. Like that's the best thing ever, because you can write and you can squish and you can feel. So yeah, it's great. But anyways, I have some notes in here so that I can keep on track, because when I start talking sometimes I just, you know, get off track, get off topic. So yeah, like I said, Teeny Tinkers inspired me to do this video by coming up with this word, collartist. So she takes all the credit for that, but I just kind of wanted to talk about that, me as an artist and me as a collector as well. But first, I think I'm going to do this video in two parts. So right now I want to talk about myself as an artist and the experiences I had as an artist, because that's how I came out to the doll community basically. So you know, beforehand I didn't know there was like an adult like doll community out there online. So when I found out about that community, this like huge wonderful community, I was not an actual doll collector. I started out as a doll artist. So yeah, so the first part of this video, I'm going to talk about myself as an artist particularly, and then for like part two, I'll talk about me as a collector. And also, you guys, like I kind of want to use this video as a reference to like people who, because there's constantly people asking me, you know, not just online but in real life as well, like how I got into doll making in the first place. Because a lot of local people like around me who come to my studio or who see my Instagram, they're just like, oh, like how did you become, of all things, like a doll artist, a doll maker? And like I said, the local people that like know me like personally, they're just, it's kind of like odd to them in a way, just because they know me as someone who, like, I went to I did my undergrad and my master's in the sciences. I didn't go to school for the arts. So I did biology in my undergrad, and then I did animal science for my master's. And everybody knew I always loved animals, and now I work with animals full-time and everything. So it comes as like, I think, a surprise for people that I make dolls on the side. And that's just because a lot of people really didn't know that I have always had a really creative, artistic side to me. Like when I was young, I was always drawing pictures. I really loved anime, like Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh! Specifically, and I would like draw anime pictures, and I loved crafts, and I would actually make little dolls. I should have brought one of my like dolls that I made when I was like around like probably like 10 or 12 years old. Like I would just like make yarn dolls, and things like that. I was always like really creative and artistic, and I was like in an art club and things like that. And a lot of people just don't really know that about me, like in my personal, like real life. So they always are surprised when, you know, they see the dolls and the kinds of dolls, like all the fantasy dolls and everything that I make and collect. So, but yeah, so I just kind of wanted to kind of address that in this video also, and just like I said, talk about where I started and how I got started with doll making. So I started making dolls in 2017 when I was getting my master's degree, and so it all started with, honestly, the movie Avatar. Some of you guys who watch my channel probably heard me mention that before, but it all started because of Avatar, not the Airbender, but Avatar, James Cameron's Avatar, the blue people. Yeah, so that movie definitely started me in doll making. Some people are like, oh wow, how did that happen? And I am a super huge fangirl of the Avatar movie, you guys. It's my favorite movie of all time. It just has all the elements that I just love, and I love sci-fi and fiction, like movies and books, and I always had a passion for like creating other worlds. One of my favorite college courses was my Utopia Dystopia class, where we got to make like our own world, and I just love stuff like that. I always did that as a little kid. I would kind of like make up stories and things, and so I just really always love that. The visual of the movie is just amazing. I love the storyline, the morals behind it. It's all around just an awesome movie. It reminds me of Pocahontas, who's my favorite Disney princess. Like the storyline and everything, and the indigenous people, the Na'vi, who are like the blue people in the movie. Like, they're so pretty. Their world is so beautiful. The storyline is awesome. The creator, who also made like Terminator movies and Titanic, James Cameron, is just a genius. And yeah, super huge fangirl of the Avatar movie. So being as obsessed as I was about the movie, you guys have probably seen Baby Klein, who came out with these Avatar babies. I call them Na'vi inspired babies because in the movie the tribe of blue people are called Na'vi. Avatar is the name of the movie, and it's like, you know, just like you have an avatar, like a lot of people have an avatar on like Facebook or something, like it's a representation of you, but it's not actually like you. So anyways, I call them Na'vi inspired babies, but everybody else knows them mostly as Avatar babies. But I saw those, like that Baby Klein created, and you guys, if you're in a reborn doll community or just doll community in general, have probably seen them. They're adorable, like the cutest little things. And since I was a huge fan of the movie, I also just became obsessed with these dolls, and so I looked them up. I initially saw them like on Facebook, and so I looked them up, and they were like $2,000. So I was like, see, I can barely spend, like my budget as a college student was like $50 was too much to spend on anything. So the fact that these dolls were like in the thousands, like I was like, there is no way, but I really want one. They were just so cute. I didn't care if they were real or not, and so I just really wanted one. And like I said, I was not collecting dolls at this time. I didn't have any dolls like in my apartment. My house back home, I didn't have like any dolls. Like the dolls that I kept from my childhood were just in storage. So yeah, I just didn't have any dolls that I was actively collecting at that time. But this doll I just was obsessed with. I would think about it all the time. I'd go and like research things. And yeah, so basically I just was like, you know what, like I kept, you know, kind of researching them and looking around for like a cheaper one, a cheaper version. And you know how you get online and like you Google things and one thing leads to another, and somehow I got on a Facebook group. I think it was a Making Silicone Dolls Facebook group initially. It might have been something else, but I saw that they were doing like clay ones, or like clay, I'm not sure if I saw another clay like Avatar or Na'vi inspired baby, but just clay dolls in general. And I was like, you know what, I think I can do that. Like I just need one to satisfy this urge of like wanting one of these baby dolls. So I was like, I'll just create me one out of some other type of medium. And I found out about that you could do like clay sculptures and things. And the whole concept of Avatar as a baby was already like something new. Like Baby Klon had thought up that because in the movie you don't really see actual babies. I think there's like one like second clip of like one of the Na'vi people holding a baby, but you don't really like see it or anything, so it's kind of like a new thing. And but yeah, so I found out that I could make like a clay one, and that would hopefully like satisfy my little urge to have a cutesy little Avatar baby. So I just started watching videos of like kind of how to sculpt and everything, and I created these little clay bees, as I call them. So I'll show you guys a little bit, a clip with better detail of it. But basically I started doing these little ones. So I put them in, it was like a regular like baby mold, and then I modified the clay sculpt to look like a little Na'vi inspired baby. And yeah, I put the tail on there, and I would just get some like hair that I'd find from my weave or like somewhere. Like I just get some hair and just, you know, cut it off, and I put like the little kind of mohawk and put it on the end of the tail. And just as a cute little touch, I started these flowers. And you guys, like in my studio, I'll do an updated room tour eventually, but for those of you who have watched my previous room tour, I'm just all about like just my style. Like I really love pink and green and like floral things, and like I have this like kind of fantasy garden thing going on. So this was, I think, the start of it, because I thought it looked so cute on her little head right there. And so I would make them with all different color like little flowers. I picked these up like I think at like Hobby Lobby or something. But yeah, it's all made out of super sculpey clay, and then I found some like glow in the dark paint, so the spots do glow in the dark. And it's made with acrylic. I just painted the doll with acrylic paints after I sculpted each one. And I sculpted each individual one. Like it wasn't like I had, you know, with silicone, you can just pour them in the mold and they come out. Like I had to sculpt each one, and they all look kind of different. I did different poses and everything. So, but yeah, so it started off with this, and I was satisfied with just, you know, one of these little clay bees. But then I found out that people were actually interested in buying them, and that people would buy clay dolls. I never knew that was a whole like a thing. Like you guys, like I was completely new to the doll community. I knew nothing. Like, and every more I learned about it, the more I was like intrigued and wanted to just learn more and do more. So I started, like I said, making all different kinds and different poses, and I started selling them on Etsy, and yeah, people just, it just took off. People actually wanted my little clay avatar Na'vi inspired baby. So I was like, oh wow, this is cool, little side hustle going on. Like, you know, because the college kid, I was already like, you know, on a budget and couldn't buy a lot of extra stuff, but this gave me funds too. And then so came from clay dolls to finding out about silicone dolls, and the Making Silicone Babies group on Facebook was super helpful with that. I watched a bunch of videos on how to make silicone dolls from your clay dolls, and so I did that and began making molds of my little clay creations and selling those. First, I started off with the clay dolls so that I could get funds to make silicone, because when you start off making silicone dolls, it's pretty expensive. Like, you have to get all the supplies. Silicone isn't cheap. Platinum silicone, the good kind that's sold by Smooth On, is not cheap at all. You need pigments. You just need a lot to start off with. But after you have everything, like I have a degasser which takes the bubbles out of the silicone, so you know the doll doesn't come out with a whole bunch of bubbles that you have to fix, because that is a super huge pain. But the degasser was money, the pigments, all the brushes. Like, I had no art like things to make this. All this I bought like in my little apartment, like just so many things that I needed, and so I would sell my clay dolls and was able to afford like all of those things and just grow my business from there, and you know, started making silicone dolls. So that's where I am today, and that's kind of how I got started. And so I feel like all this goes to show you, when you just really want something, it can be rewarding in the end when you just really like, you know, work towards it. You guys, I was, like I said, obsessed with getting a little Navi inspired avatar baby, and I just enjoyed making them so much. Even though I didn't have one, like, you know, one of the baby clone ones, I just really enjoyed making the clay ones and then the silicone ones, and it kind of like satisfied that little urge to see how cute they were. And then I was so like excited that other people wanted them and thought they were as cute as I did. And yeah, so that was really fun to do like throughout that whole time. And yeah, since then, like I said, my little small business took off, and I was making other fantasy babies because, like I said, I just love that whole fantasy realm. I love elves and fairies and everything cutesy and just sweet and little. And I made minis at first, and then progressed to making other larger silicone dolls. So yeah, you can just start off like very simple, and I had fun, you know, starting off with the clay dolls, and then, you know, it just progressed from there, and I learned more and more. I had awesome teachers along the way, and yeah, so that is where I am today. So if you guys haven't seen or watching my videos for the first time, check out my work on Instagram and Facebook. I collab a lot with other artists, awesome sculptors and things too as well. But yeah, and I have an Etsy shop as well, so check all of that out. I'll link it in the description below. But yeah, so that is me as a silicone doll artist, and I guess clay doll artist as well. I hope to branch off later on into, you know, I really want to learn felting and crochet. I'd love to do like felted dolls and crochet dolls. So yeah, so this is part 1 of Memoirs of a Collartist video. So hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If any of you have any questions, make sure to leave them in the comments, like about anything I said, or if you're, you know, wanting to start making dolls, whether silicone dolls or any other kind of dolls. Teeny Tinkers, she's making ball jointed dolls, and they're just awesome. That's something I'd really love to learn how to do too, like I said, in the far off future. But I really love collecting ball jointed dolls, so I think that's really cool, and I'm so proud of her for getting into that. And yeah, so if any of you are artistic and want to start doll making, don't be afraid to. It's so fun and it's so rewarding. Like I said, it was hard starting up and, you know, getting all the funds to get your supplies and things, but you can always just start off small with just some clay and some sculpting tools. And yeah, like I said, I started off with these adorable little clay bees, and they were able to fund like all my silicone things. And then I had some money left over for, like, you know, little fun stuff. So you can start off with this, and all you need is some sculpting tools. I recommend Super Sculpty Clay. Teeny Tinkers also has videos on clay doll making. She makes clay dolls as well, but you can just start off with that. And, you know, everybody usually just has an oven, and acrylic paints are super cheap. You can start there. But yeah, because just like I said, a lot of people message me just wanting to know how I got started doll making and are really interested in it. And so yeah, just do it. Like, if you have any questions, leave them in the comments, and I'll try to answer them to the best of my abilities. But yeah, that's about me and how my doll making journey started as a doll artist. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And oh, before I leave, so I want to show you guys, and I didn't mention my little friend over here that I have who matches me, and that's why I brought him out here. This is my Vigma Bambo doll, and I love these guys. They're vintage dolls, and you can only find them on eBay right now, but I have video of them on my channel as well. But he just matched me today, so I thought I'd bring him to sit over here and look cute as well. But yeah, there's my little Vigma Bambo doll. But I wanted to show you guys a doll that started my adult doll collecting journey, because like I said, I started as an artist because of the movie Avatar and the baby clone, Avatar babies, and this was the first one that I was able to afford while I was in school. But yeah, so just goes to show that if you work hard enough, you'll be able to, you know, make your dreams come true. It sounds really cliche, but like honestly, I was able to finally get my hands on a Avatar, a Navi inspired baby doll like I wanted. And I actually, you know, was looking around in the doll community and found this cutie that I named Nova, like I said, on Etsy. And it's not a baby clone doll like I originally fell in love with, but I think that she looks super realistic to the ones in the movie. Because baby clone, I mean, they look pretty realistic too, but I think the coloring of this one is a little bit more realistic, like to the movie, and the eyes and things. But yeah, so this was the doll that started my doll collecting journey. And like I said, I will do part 2 of this video talking about myself and my experiences as a doll collector. Through my doll making, I was able to get my own Avatar baby doll that inspired my doll making. So yeah, there she is, my little Nova. So yeah, but I will leave this here and we will continue on with part 2. I'm not sure when I'll have that filmed, but I got off of work early today, so I got all cozy and thought I'd pop on here and talk and chit chat a little bit with you guys. So like I said, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, give me a big thumbs up and make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. And thank you guys so much for watching. Peace, love, and blessings. Bye.